Hey everybody, welcome back to Northernlion mercifully saves you from another keeper run. Lilith, Mega Satan, Delirium. Eden's done. Laz is done. Azazel's done. Samson, Delirium. Eve's done. Blue Baby, Mega Satan, Delirium. Judas, Delirium. Maggie, Hush. Dude, that's a weird one. Okay. Give me a Maggie Hush run. Let's knock it out. I can't resist the temptation to be in one away from greatness. Gotta get Hush. Crank on that. E14Y, EHL3. You know what they say. If the two halves of your seed both have the same letter, do not worry, because your run can't get better. But in a good way. Like, it cannot get better than this. Keeper runs lately, been a little bit of a drag. The problem is, and it's not, like, sometimes I put on my artificial or fake game designer hat and go, oh, well, why would they give fun items a modest speed downgrade to compensate for us wanting to take them and blah blah. You get the idea. But problem with the keeper is that a run needs to be 11 out of 10 to be guaranteed a victory. That's not really a problem, potentially. It might be a benefit, and in fact, I think it makes those keeper runs particularly high. Oh, I just hit full screen by accident. It makes those keeper runs particularly high stakes. But the problem for me on, like, a mental level is that... Oh, don't talk to me about the fact that we just got Swallowed Penny on a Maggie run. Well, you know what that means. Might as well hit me, dude. Give me a free penny in the whole scheme of things. Also means we really want to open ourselves up for a blood bank on the next floor. Sneeze. Achoo! That's a good one. That was, I mean, invigorating, yeah. It felt nice. I'm not gonna deny it, but I feel like I've just cleared out, like, my whole thoracic cavity. Biomajor. Alright, yeah, go. My brain is like, hey, you got 20 speed, so I just keep walking into these shots that I feel like I should be dodging. You don't have 20 speed. You got 1 speed. It's decent, but it's not good enough to hang your hat on. 5 cents is all we need here. But if we play our cards right, honestly, we could probably get to even 15 cents if we wanted to. Before we head down to the next floor, without hurting ourselves too much. Like, for example, why don't you just walk into it, get the full HP. We might as well grab, like, full HP before we walk into enemies, so we're not wasting any latent charges of Yumheart, but I would like to get as much money as possible productively here. I mean, HP is a resource, we might as well use it. That's tough. And in fact, it's not tough. I think it's actually obvious that we should not take it, unless we can find another speed upgrade. Thunder Thighs might be... It's situational, but it might actually be one of the worst HP upgrades in the game. I know you're gonna say, what are you talking about? It allows you to stomp. For some reason, it seems to, like, almost exclusively show up in situations where we have no interest in getting ourselves dusted to that level. Why are we walking into enemies? Because we're about to have a full heart anyway. Might as well grab as many resources as possible. A little slow to start here, but I'm hopeful. Don't get hit by a champion. That's the wrong idea. In fact, don't get hit by anyone yet. Take care of the riffraff. And then get hit once. Go to the boss fight. Leave a single non-champion alive, please. The dude can't even dodge a bullet. Yeah, I was gonna say, that's pretty much what I expected to happen. Dude can't even dodge a bullet, and now he's like, okay, leave only one enemy of this substrata alive. Nah, we're good. Okay, so we're not gonna get to 15 cents. That's abundantly clear. We are gonna try something like this, and we might as well take it. We still got more bombs. You know what? I believe. 3 extra cents out of that. Not bad. We don't need to be at 15 cents unless we want something specifically on this floor. Okay. I'll stand by that bomb as being worth it. I don't want to use a key on this floor. I'd rather use it on the next floor when we have more money and more means to purchase something from the shop, inevitably. You know what? I think you're going to give me HP here. I think you're going to give me an HP upgrade. So I was willing to go that deep on it. Didn't get an HP upgrade, but not in a bad spot at all. Head down to the next floor because we still want to make sure that we have a blood bank chance. Swallowed Penny can do greatness for us right down there. And there we go, right off the bat. I think it looked like we were playing like garbage there, but actually, we basically got ourselves 10 cents for half of a red heart. That's a pretty good deal. I'm impatient, so I'm going to skip saving the key. And I'm going to go for the item room instead of saving it for the shop here, even though one is doubtlessly the right decision. Well, if that had been a Tinted Rock, it might have been different, but grab this, head in here. Sorry, not if it had been a Tinted Rock, because obviously it was. If that had been a Spirit Heart is what I mean to say, but either way. Oh, dude, Curved Horn. Goodbye, Swallowed Penny. And hello, doubtlessly maybe the consensus #1 trinket in the game in most situations. Now we're probably, I was going to say more or less guaranteed Spirit Hearts. And the run is looking fantastic, fantastic. But we don't have access to our shop anymore. That's the price you pay, I suppose. Second secret room, Tinted Rock, no. Tinted Rock, yes. Second secret room, no. And a golden key, actually pretty great. That probably could have hurt, but didn't, thankfully. All right. Let's to the victor go the spoils, dude. And by to the victor go the spoils, I mean nothing of value is contained within this room, so we will just move along instead. Don't deflect my bullets. It's extremely rude of you. And the only way to make it up to me is by giving me a mom's knife, deal with the devil. Oh, good. Another golden key. I'll take the pill. It's a speed up. That's actually very good. Can we talk about the fact that apparently the belt is a 0.1 speed upgrade if it's not your first speed upgrade? That was very disappointing for me to discover on the last floor. Terrible, terrible, terrible dodge. But the first hit we've taken on this floor that wasn't more or less orchestrated in order to grant us a little extra value. In fact, actually, it's the first hit we've taken on the floor at all, I think. This deal with the devil sets the tone. Will we be able to make the Hush fight? Easily. Not guaranteed. We will take Book of Sin. Betrayal, I think, is horrible. We took Book of Sin. It should tell you everything you need to know. We took Book of Sin, and it could have been better than Yum Heart, but I'm okay with rolling Yum Heart for now. We took Book of Sin over a passive item because I actually feel like Bookworm in the future, plus whatever consumable we could get from Book of Sin, is better than getting Betrayal. Maybe. Oh, I stepped on the button first. Maybe I'm being a little ignorant. Maybe I'm underrating Betrayal a little bit, but only a little bit, if at all, because that item is not very good. Couple deal with the devil items are just stinkers. Betrayal's one. Dark Prince's Crown. Actually terrible. Anyway. How would I evaluate this Maggie run so far? We got speed and damage. Those are the two thorns in your side on the average Maggie runs. So we've managed to negate the problems that these runs typically start with. As a result, I'm pretty happy. Are we in Hush level yet? No, but we're also only on the 3rd floor. We're a little bit slower than I'd like to be. But I'm gonna blame myself like genetically for that. That's not a game issue. That's like that's a cognitive issue. Now, stop deflecting, dude. Highly unfair for you to moonwalk across that gap. Haven't you ever heard of gravity, son? You should be at the bottom of that chasm. I gotta stop walking into enemies. It's like, I don't know what happened to my brain that just decided, that one I'll live with, but just decided, you know what would be a great decision for me to make as a Binding of Isaac player? Just, like, take 80% of your damage by walking into enemies. This time without even having the guise of an orbital. Not so much a slump as orchestrated by, like, bad variants as it is just bad habits manifesting themselves in the results that you would expect. That was good, though. We got him killed before he could shoot. No, sir. We do not wish to replace the curved horn. Woe be it for me to complain in this situation, but I would love to pick up a tiers upgrade. Jumper cable is probably worth it. I think that item is pretty good. And, I mean, I think Battery Baby is pretty good as well, but have been pretty rude to our donation machine lately. Don't necessarily want to, throw it away here. Found another opportunity to make it happen. No, I don't want that item. I already told you that. So the perfect scenario for us here would be a deal with the devil that beats the odds and actually gives us like some kind of DPS improvement. I think the odds are okay. The odds are probably just like mildly lower than 1 in 3 because that's roughly the odds of us getting the deal with the devil to begin with. Pill, lemon party. Waste, but maybe in the future we'll get value out of it. Item room, super bandage. Acceptable pickup, but a resource that is certainly not in high demand right now. Best thing about this room is that it's like 100% guaranteed to contain the second secret room. Now, obviously, I'm looking back at it now and I'm like, we'd probably be better off with Book of Sin. Oh, no. We'd probably be better off with Book of Sin than we would be with the Yum Heart, but we had no way of knowing that. If I had to rate them, I would probably rate Yum Heart like a 5 and Book of Sin like a 6, so I maybe did go with the worst item. But they're both pretty not amazing. Luck is okay. Range is irrelevant. Rotten Baby is a very good pickup. So that's pretty much what we asked for. Beat the odds, got a better item. It's not Death's Touch. It's not Brimstone, but it's good enough to be a little excited about. And we're going to continue to try to leverage our advantages offensively because we're really looking for the Guppy Dream. And the Guppy Dream would give us a pretty much guaranteed victory against Hush. It doesn't have to be Guppy, you know. It's like when you say, oh, I could really go for a McDonald's right now. I'm man enough to admit sometimes that situation presents itself to me. Mongo Baby's perfect here. Get a second Rotten Baby, more or less. Telepills into a self-sacrifice room. We already have a Mega Satan victory as Maggie, strangely enough, so we don't actually need this, but... you know, you probably got something in mind. You're like, I'd really go for a quarter pound of a cheese right now. But if someone said, hey, do you want some McNuggets? You're probably not going to kick them out of bed for eating crackers, you know what I mean? Mixed metaphors. You know what? So I got a bone to pick. And again, I brought this up semi-recently in a similar vein. I brought up, you know, what do pure mathematicians do on a daily basis? People laughed at me. They said, read a book. I said, I've read like 20 books this year. They're all nonfiction, though. Is that my problem? I'm like that dude from the start of Sideways. Anyway, the point is, if you haven't seen it, great Phil Alexander Payne, dude. What are you doing now watching Sideways? What best supporting actor? What are you doing? Watch Sideways. Anyway. It's a great movie. It's got a lot of good quotes in it. For example, I'm not drinking any blank blank Merlot. Good classic. Anyway, the point is, I don't want that right now. Who decides what is good practice for writing in the English language and what isn't? You know, everybody, they'll say, oh, that's mixed metaphors. Oh, you know, you used like too much in a sentence. Oh, you started a sentence with a preposition. Who made the rules? I know everyone's gonna give me a not like this. I don't want the face palms. I want you to explain to me who makes these rules. Why is a run-on sentence a bad thing? Who decides that? Is there a coalition at Collier's? The Collier's Style Guide? Oh no, we don't use Collier's here. We use the MLA Harper's Bazaar style. It doesn't matter. Who decides? What have you written? If John Grisham tells me how to write, I'm gonna take that under advisement, okay? If the shadowy Deep State Merriam-Webster coalition tells me, oh, you've got too many prepositions in that sentence. What do you know? I'm an eagle. You gotta let me spread my wings, dude. Maybe mixed metaphors are actually great. We just haven't mixed them in the proper proportions yet. You know, that's like a chef. Oh, you're mixing too many ingredients together. Yeah? Well, I just made pizza, and I'm a trillionaire. That's what I'm trying to do by mixing metaphors. I'm trying to become the Marco Pierre White of English, which I think he's Italian, so... it's, again, a little bit of a mixed metaphor in and of itself, isn't it? If the language... Here's my perspective, and again, you shouldn't take me as a source either. I'm just worried that the military linguistical industrial complex is just self-propagating, you know? And I might be ignorant here, please. I'm coming at you from a position that might seem angry or aggressive. I don't mean to. But you gotta understand that from a layperson's perspective, sometimes it looks like, you know, the people who are the best at following the style guide formula for how to write an essay that gets you at least an 80% are the more likely people to end up getting master's degrees, PhDs, etc., in disciplines related to the English language. 67%, we'll just hold this for now. And then they go on to continue making the rules in a way that benefits themselves. It's a structure of power that I do not support. I support linguistical rebellion, okay? Make music that doesn't rhyme. Write a haiku with too many syllables. Break a window, who cares? Get messy, Miss Frizzle. I dispute the notion that there's like a platonic ideal for what language should be like. And if there is a platonic ideal, is it really what we're teaching people in 10th grade English class? I don't know. Again, this is why I ask you, coming from a position of ignorance, willfully, I'm deferential. I'm saying, could you please explain to me what it is you do all day? Because I would love to know. I'm a curious person. Kind of person I show up to class, professor says, any questions? I put on my hand and I say, Professor, how are you? Most people just go, oh, I need some help with my assignment. Nobody ever asked the professor how their day was. They say, hey, what'd you eat for dinner last night? I say, hey, you got a mic? I think we actually are better off with Mom's bra here. That's just the kind of guy I am. I'm sorry. 3 battery charges? You know what we actually want on this floor? Is Krampus and then Krampus's head. Doesn't happen that often that becomes like the ideal choice for us. But I think in our present situation, it's very much exactly fitting what we desire here. 2 of hearts. Meaningless. You know what? Let's grab a little battery charges. Never mind, we don't have the coins. We probably will in about a millisecond. No, we will not. Mom's bra, also not a good item, but we need something to capitalize on all these like battery charges we're doing nothing with. I'm also going to try to keep up a pretty fast pace here because we are worried about making it to the hush fight. We have like 7 battery charges doing nothing. I don't actually ask the professor how they're doing. Not because I don't care, but because you know, it's just I don't want to waste everybody else's time. It's nothing. No, it's not nothing makes me more upset. You know, like human trafficking makes me more upset than this. But it was in the teacher goes like, "Hey, any questions?" Oh, we want the nail here, 100%. Teacher goes, "Any questions?" And then somebody puts up their hand and uses it as an opportunity to just tell like a long and rambling anecdote about things that have no relevance to the rest of the class. Like, dude, it's Friday night. Could you just like, sure, I'm very happy for you that, you know, one time, you know, when you were in band camp, you had this story happen, but it's not relevant to the, I didn't pay to hear, you know, John, I was gonna say John Taffer, the host of Bar Rescue. I didn't pay to hear John Taffer tell me what angle I should put my booths at to sell as many Manhattans as possible, alright? I'm here to learn about how to get two-way data binding working in Angular. And the answer is, it's very simple. You just use an NG model and bind it to a it's like DAE. Okay, continue moving on here. We're gonna try to make good time here because we're in a good spot, like a very, very good spot. Why would you waste your time there? All right, so we're at like max HP. We got Dark Bum backing us up, doing very well in the damage department. Could use a little rate of fire, but it's still above average. It's in a good spot. Getting battery charges extremely regularly. And not all battery charges actually come from batteries. I know that sounds like an idiotic statement, but we also have jumper cables. So every once in a while, we're just going to get a battery charge for free, as we did right there. I still don't think I'm going to do boss rush unless we get like a deal with the devil that's extremely nice. Just because I don't want to do anything that could inhibit our chances of making it to Hush, where it looks like we're pretty well equipped to succeed and get a victory here. Very bummed, by the way, that we got wait what from our item room. Actually, okay, so here's what you do. Don't lose that card, because we do want the Joker card. We can still use it on this floor. We can use the stars to steal something from boss rush faster. We definitely want restock. We have another Joker card. Okay. Well, I kind of want to leave and donate, and I think we will have the opportunity, but we might wait till the blue womb to do so. We're getting a 0.72 damage upgrade from using the nail, so it's really just kind of like a Book of Revelations for us. It's not much of a damage increase, thanks to the multiplier already existing from Cricket's Head, I think. This is a good run. Yeah, this one's going to pop off. We can afford to go Polaroid. We got to deal with the devil. Black powder is fine for us, actually, with the amount of speed that we got. We're trying to enable some permanent Polaroid invincibility regardless, so another stars card. Now, give me something good. Ooh, there's like very many good things here, but I think you go 8-inch nails, which is a reasonable damage improvement, followed by a Joker card that we obviously do not need, as we head down to the next floor and, you know, feel very good about our chances here. Might as well donate. That's not as good as I was hoping for. Sorry, English major, it's not as well as I'm hoping for. I'm not ragging on an academic career in the liberal arts, by the way. I went to a university that was very proud of producing well-rounded individuals. I was in a scientific discipline. I had to take a classics class. I had to take an English class. I took a class from the music department. We gotta think about this. We lose 2 damage, gain 2 rate of fire. Right now, I think that's a trade that is not good for us. But the optics could change. And believe it or not, well, you might believe it, because, you know, if you watch me play video games, I think it's clear I have a certain flair for the verbose. Would be a very pretentious way to describe it. Analytically, haven't always necessarily had the sharpest mind, but the dirty little secret of school is that if you show up and do all your assignments, you can usually snag an A regardless. But regardless, in high school, English class was my bag. That's what I was excited for. I've got a flair for communication. Let's go. So I respect it. I just don't get it, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Why am I trying to shoehorn, you know, the synaptic responses from my neurons into, oh, careful, you know, your rambling James Joyce train of thought is a run-on sentence, -2 points. So I'm not saying, hey, here's my impression of an English major, can I take your order? Because we're all in the same boat, dude. In this day and age, you can go to school and become a freaking actuary, and then you're like, oh, well, sorry, our company only needs 1 actuary. They're 100 years old, but they can't retire because they're leveraged up to their ears, you know. How about you get your start working at, you know, Uber Eats for 10 years, and then we'll grandfather you into the company later with no benefits. This was not a good deal with the devil, dude. What do you got for me? I'm kind of thinking at this point, although the Joker is good, we could use a card that would actually benefit us when it comes to the Hush fight specifically, some kind of damage improver. It's the right time to pop this, I think. It's great. We'll probably take both because I believe that we will get enough... Wow, that was horrible. Pardon me. I believe that we'll get enough Spirit Hearts to make the dream work here regardless. I'm just curious, and sometimes that curiosity manifests itself as anger. Dude, let me tell you, I will admit, and I wasn't going around like, you know, insulting. Well, and you get a degree in STEM, but There was probably a time in my life where I was like, I don't really understand why you need to, like, go to school for English. Like, what if you just, were, like, good at it and then just wrote a book or something like that. I understand that's, like, suggesting that all civil engineers just make bridges or something like that. But I was like, people, like, know how to communicate. You don't have to worry about it. And then I took some computer science classes that required group work. And I was like, everybody needs to take 10 times more classes in communication than they already do. Because y'all are not getting your points across as unambiguously as is necessary in a productive workplace environment. That's all I'm saying. We don't need to go down that road. Just saying. There's a time and a place for those communication classes that as a youngster I didn't necessarily respect, but now I do as I've gotten older. And been exposed to the opposite. Now, excuse me, sir. Thank you. And I know everybody hates group work, but I hate group work. But when your teacher says, you know, this is going to prepare you for the workplace environment, they're correct. Group work is like the actual single most relevant piece of most of the classes you will take in your life. Is the ability to communicate with other people and, you know, pay credence to their ideas. While at the same time internally going, how have you lived on planet Earth for long enough without accidentally eating something that would just end your life? Well, the ideas that you suggested is so stupid, and yet I have to maintain the veneer of decorum here. We're going to take admiration. You might think that makes me a jerk, but I think everybody's thinking it. Maybe not, and maybe I am the jerk, but at least that's, when I talk to other people about group projects, oftentimes that's a lot of what they say. They're like, I wish I didn't have to do this. I just want to do whatever I want to do because my ideas are better. The thing is, everybody at the table, or most people, are probably thinking it. Half the people at the table are thinking it. The other half are like, what am I going to eat for dinner tonight? And I've been in both camps myriad times. Dude, we're about to steamroll this. I think we have 19 damage. Range is high enough to hit from afar. It's kind of deceptive because it looks like our shot speed is so small, or so low, rather. And that's true, but we are hitting. I'm very, very unconcerned about our HP because I'm pretty confident that when he starts spawning flies, we'll kill him pretty quickly. And after that point, we will get battery charges from the jumper cable. So this is like a run that's perfectly engineered to destroy Hush. So if we lose here, we might as well just quit playing the Binding of Isaac forever. Please. Please pop up. I have damage ready to be done. Flies? I smell flies. They've opened up my eyes. I smell the flies. Life is demanding without understanding. We're halfway to a battery charge. We're 2/3 of the way to a battery charge. Oh. Never mind. We just have a charge. We're only using it for spirit hearts at this point, but that's okay. We don't get any benefit out of holding it. Think, you know, if I could tell you, mind you, by the way, a lot of people want, in Isaac demographics, they chart a little older these days, but I still talk as if it's like to people that are 4 years younger than myself. It's the most valuable parts of college. Having nobody on your butt to tell you to show up and having to show up anyway, or you'll face the consequences. That's extremely valuable. Learning to work with others without tearing your hair out. Obviously, I was a victim of that, as I now have, you know, a shiny dome piece. Did we get... There was like a weird audio glitch or something there. And also, how to crush a beer can on your forehead. Those are the 3 most important skills from college. That, and I guess, like, whatever you're learning in your classes, but... something of the ilk. I'm begging you, dude. Just be deceased. Did we crush an enemy? Like we stepped on one of these things? Using Stompy, we can step on nubs? Is this a revelation? Or am I misattributing what actually happened there? At this point, you know, gone are the days of like, oh, the Bible will kill mom in one hit. We gotta take small victories, dude. Learning a little bit, an extremely niche use case about a spacebar item is about as good as it gets for revelatory Isaac knowledge at this point. So we're about to finish off the Maggie Post-it note. It's pretty exciting. I believe we will get an item because this is like core game. He's popping. You know he's popping. And he's now deceased. All right. That makes me mad that we got hit at the end after he had already died. But we did get Purity and Colorful Baby, which might just be for 100% completion. Grab this. We got money. Do we need Diplopia? No. We don't need Diplopia, but I'm going to take it because this is a fun item and we have restock, so we should go with this as well and then get the heck out of here. We're gonna finish this run up the old-fashioned way. Because I want confidence. It's like the thing I'm lacking most in my Isaac play right now. And everything else is done. So, we're going to keep Diplopia. We're going to use it to double items on the chest. I know it compromises our ability to have maximum Spirit Hearts, but we have like 18 damage anyway. So, you'll hopefully forgive me, but I'm not too concerned about the situation. Little Horn is actually quite good. Will kill most enemies, like, most non-bosses at least, as soon as it crashes into them, like a Dave Matthews Band song from the year 1994. I'd say the odds of death on this one are like 5%, which is higher than I'd like to say, but judging by, you know, recent performance, it might not be that incorrect. We're gonna Emperor, just so we can skip the rest of the Cathedral, and then immediately head down and start chewing on the chest here. It's a very strong run. I'm very thankful for it, but putting this one in the win column completely would be good for my self-esteem. Let's put it that way. As would destroying this guy before we can do another wave, because we're taking some lazy damage here. No Delirium, please. Not necessary. We got enough Delirium runs in our future regardless. Lost Keeper. Lilith for sure. Okay, how do you handle this? Well, we don't need 2 Gimpies. Egghead gives us HP. Anemia we don't need 2 of. It's garbage. I mean, I don't think we need any more red hearts, so I think you take like 1 cone head. Oh, gives us Spirit Hearts. Okay, I should have taken that then. And we'll take Bucket of Lard just to get something else. What? Oh, I had it confused. I thought when you Diplopia an empty chest, it gave you a new item. That's not the case. When you Diplopia an empty chest, it does nothing. I was thinking of Black Rune. Similar, sort of, but different. Alright, so that was a complete waste. But now, you know, again, lesson learned for probably the 8th time. I still think it was more fun to learn that lesson than to just take the nail down here and have infinite HP, but you may differ in your assessment of things. And another Emperor card. We're through with this one. Forgive me for maybe sprinting a little bit towards the finish, but when you gotta go, you know what I mean? So we're gonna finish this one off. Nice little condensed half-hour hush fight victory. Steal something from Boss Rush. Feels like a classic run. Zany conversation. Thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. If you did, click the like button. Let's take a look at that fully formed Post-it note. Click the like button if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you want to see more in the future. But for now, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.